Hownikan.
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 You're listening to Hownikan Podcast, highlighting citizen Potawatomi Nation issues, members, and more. Please subscribe to us on your favorite podcast platform. Just search Hownikan Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Paige Willett. This episode is filled with music. A Potawatomi folk artist releases her first solo album and plays a show in Oklahoma City, and the CPN Language Department teaches kids Christmas carols as part of a youth choir program. We'll also explore the ways the tribe gives back to the community around the holidays. Enterprises, employees, and several departments across the tribe collect and supply food and gifts every fall. The Salvation Army is one of the tribe's largest community partners, and Fire Lake Discount Foods remains one of CPN's most charitable enterprises. In November 2019, the Salvation Army awarded Vice Chairman Linda Capps and the tribe with the Doing the Most Good Award. The organization presented it at the kickoff of the Christmas season's Angel Tree program for Potawatomi, Lincoln, and Seminole counties. CPN's First National Bank hosted the event, and Salvation Army Captain Stacy Conley said the acknowledgement is a small token of their appreciation.
Early on in my husband and I's arrival here in Shawnee, we realized that CPN played a crucial role in the ministry of the Salvation Army here in Shawnee. Through your generosity, through your in-kind donations, through so many other ways that CPN blesses us, I would hate to think of how we could remain open without CPN.
Fire Lake Discount Foods has partnered closely with the Salvation Army throughout the last decade, providing storefront space to ring their signature bells and between 300 and 600 bags of groceries each year during their drive. FDF Director Richard Driscoll says staff and leadership work with a wide variety of programs and donate to those otherwise unable to afford a holiday meal.
We've always had the phrase that we want to make a difference in our community, and this is really the main way we do that is by giving back. And a lot of times it's not giving back in the form of donations, it's giving back in the form of our time.
The store encourages employees to volunteer with charities and community organizations, including CPN Workforce Development and Social Services. The department coordinates its own Thanksgiving and Christmas program that provides 200 food baskets to families in the area on both holidays. Intensive and Social Service Counselor Gina Bundy led the drive for the 7th year in 2019.
Everybody that works here is so great because they support everything we do as far as community-wise goes. They want us to help the community. They don't want us to stop with just one project. It's let's do this. Let's see how many people we can help. And we see where it can go, and the more people we can help, the better off everybody is.
Workforce collects donations largely from CPN employees, but community organizations and individuals provide groceries as well. Volunteers organize them. Bundy feels a special connection to the project. About a decade ago, she received a basket before working at the Nation. Now, she enjoys giving back.
Single mom, kids at home, holidays. You can do the math on that. You don't want to admit it. I was working 3 jobs. I mean, come on. And then I end up, when I come to work here and find out what this is all about, I had no idea all this help was here.
Several gift donation programs across the nation make Christmas easier. Fire Lodge Children and Family Services collected toys for Potawatomi foster children in Oklahoma Department of Human Services or Tribal Custody. Fire Lake Discount Foods Cash Office Manager Melanie Wren worked with the Elder Elves organization for the 4th year, providing space for a gift collection site at the store.
Very excited about getting to help with dispersal this year, especially incorporating the CPN elders, getting to give back to them because they let us do this in the first place. They let us go with this idea, and it just keeps getting bigger, and just so many people are getting touched by this. And we started out with like 75 names on the tree the first year, and now we're over 300.
Shoppers quickly filled the wish lists as they walked through the store, and Elder Elves sends those presents to residents in retirement homes and care facilities across the greater Oklahoma City metro.
The things that they ask for are so little. They ask for Tide Pods and sandwich bags, stamps, deodorant, shampoo, body wash, everyday necessities that we take for granted. That's what they're needing, and that's all they ask for at Christmas.
Many customers and employees come into the store and grab a cart as soon as the tree goes up. They shop immediately and quickly fill the boxes in the lobby. Workforce's Gina Bundy enjoys seeing the programs grow too.
There's absolutely no stopping us when it comes to who we're going to help. It doesn't matter who you are. Nobody's going to say, oh, we can't help you because of whatever reason. It's, yeah, we're going to help you because you need it. It's that simple.
Visit Fire Lake Discount Foods online at firelakefoods.com and on Facebook at Fire Lake Discount Foods. For more information about workforce and social services programs at cpn.news/workforce and Fire Lodge Children and Family Services at potawatomi.org/Fire Lodge. A few years ago, Language Department Director Justin Neely started the Potawatomi Youth Choir. He believes the holidays are a good time of year for anyone to start learning the language. Hownikan podcast caught up with him and others at practice.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Everybody has choice of things that they could be at or at home relaxing. So I appreciate the parents wanting to bring their kids out and getting them involved. And I think they see it the same way I do. It's kind of like this is an outlet that my kids can get involved with their culture, can get involved in learn a little of the language and meeting other Potawatomi folks.
Practices began in October for 30 minutes every Wednesday evening. Attendees prepared for caroling around the tribe's elder housing, as well as a couple of events throughout December to bring Christmas joy. Neely taught them songs such as Frosty the Snowman, Silver Bells, We Wish You a Merry Christmas, and Let It Snow, all translated into Potawatomi.
We're gonna get. Yeah.
Song is a great way to learn the language. It's a lot of fun. It's easy to remember. It's something you can sing along with. The whole family can get involved. It's just a real fun kind of activity. And with kids, a lot of them, they have a range of attention spans. Some of them are a little longer than others. So we like to keep it nice and short just so we can kind of hit them with it, bam, and then kind of send them with a CD and let them work with it too.
Between 8 and 10 kids showed up each week for practice, often bringing mom and dad as well. Fire Lake Casino employee and Lewis family descendant Phil Mimnaugh said the choir provided several learning and social opportunities for his daughter, Mary.
We had thought about maybe taking the language course, so it was kind of a good intro for her to start the language.
Pawagan, Mina, Nish, Skizgwen, Kokshe, Josh.
Mary is homeschooled and in 6th grade. She attended every practice and used the time to be with other children her age. It also provided her an extracurricular activity not available as part of her homeschooling.
Well, my dad heard about it, and I'm like, okay, well, I love to sing, and I love, Potawatomi language in the first place, so.
She also started learning guitar at the same time choir practices began and hopes to be singing and playing her favorite music soon, which sometimes changes.
At the moment, Christmas, but kind of pop songs, I guess. Billie Eilish, I guess.
Neely worked on translating some of those pop songs that Mary and other children enjoy, including Imagine Dragons and songs from the Disney movie Moana, and he hopes the choir expands past the Christmas season.
I definitely see a future where it could grow, and it could even sprout into other things. We could maybe see some of these young ladies maybe eventually get in with the women's hand drum group, or maybe some of these young men maybe join some of us with powwow singing. So I could see it kind of as an entryway into the culture, a nice, fun way for kids to get connected to who they are as Potawatomi people and to start participating in the culture.
Non-tribal members stopped by as well after hearing about the choir online. Stacy Kramer Moore wanted her daughter Lyra to experience cultures that surround them.
This was important to me because I feel like my daughter and our family need to really respect those tribal traditions and understand it's such a rich and deep culture, and that's very important to us as well. So even though we're not members of the tribe, I feel like it's important for us to understand the history of the tribe, and especially since they're so important to our community, and be able to share that with other people.
Their family recently moved to the Shawnee, Oklahoma area, and Lyra has made plenty of friends, both at school as a second grader and at choir practices.
It's been fun because most of people that are in my class are here now.
When asked what she would tell other people her age who were thinking about joining the choir, her answer was simple.
You should come, it's really fun.
Lyra's favorite song to learn was Silver Bells, and she spent her first time caroling with the CPN Youth Choir, singing in Potawatomi.
She sings a lot, and we'll leave class and she'll sing all the way home, so that's a good sign too. She loves choir, and we have been trying to kind of find our niche, and so this was another opportunity for us to meet some new people, and so it's just worked out great for us, and we're having a great time.
CPN Youth Choir meets on Wednesdays from 5:30 to 6 p.m. in the Long Room at the CPN Cultural Heritage Center. For more events and times, visit potawatomi.org/events. It's time for Learning Language, when CPN Language Department Director Justin Neely teaches songs, phrases, stories, and more. This episode includes a translated Christmas carol the Potawatomi Youth Choir learned.
The kids, they're doing great with it, and the song that they've been learning, Silver Bells, I figure everybody would like to learn a Christmas song for the holidays, so I'm going to go through the lyrics to Silver Bells and also sing it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sing one verse, and then I'm going to explain the verse, and then I'll go on from there. So, O dan me ye win ni me ye wesen emme zachoyak Shpumake moshtok Christmas. So Odan Meowan is city sidewalks. Odan is town, basically. Meow is a road. Meowan are roads. And then Eme Zachoyak is kind of dressed up fancy. We're all dressed up fancy. And then Eja Moshtok is that feeling, those feelings that we have. And then Christmas is just the Potawatomi's version of Christmas. So we couldn't say descriptively. It'd be too long of a thing. It'd be like Mino Gishget Jezo Segi Nigit, the good day that Jesus was born, or whatever, depending on how you see it, whether it be from a religious side or the day that the guy with the big guy with the red jacket comes and brings gifts or whatever. But that's a long translation, so in songs it didn't work that way. And then the next line goes, let's see, Penojek, Bobwek, Jayak, Bums that Wabdan show me gwewin. Penojek, children, Bobwek, laughing, Jayak, Bumset is everyone passing, everyone going by, seeing Wabdan show me gwewin, seeing smiles as they go by, smile after smile, basically. And then Etsomi ye wesuk gudanodan. So etso every miawak, so on every street corner you could hear gada nodan, you could hear Shonya wabak tetagasen. Now that one there, Shonya wabak means silver, but the lyrics in English are silver bells, silver bells. But for space-wise, we just said silver, and then we said bells. So we don't actually say, we say it one time. We say Shonya Wabuk, which is silver, and then Tetagasen are the bells. So Shonya Wabuk, Tetagasen, we Christmas when Shiodanik. And that Christmas when, again, is that Christmas time. She is over there. Odanik, in town, so over there. It's Christmas time in the city, basically. Ring-a-ling, no deni, mommy, we Christmas work. No deni means hear them. Soon, mommy, we Christmas work. Soon it's going to be Christmas time. We Christmas work. And that's it. Odan miyewin, Ni miye wesen. Emme zachoyak. Shpemuk. Eja moshtok. E Christmas. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. Pinojek bobwek, jayak bumset, wabdan show me gwewin. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile. Etso mi ye wesuk, and on every street corner, Gada Nodan, you hear. Shonya Wabuk, Tetagasan, silver bells. We Christmas one, Shiodanik, it's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, Nodan ni, hear them ring. Mommy, soon, a wee Christmas wook, it will be Christmas Day.
For more information and opportunities with language, including self-paced classes, visit cpn.news/language. You can find an online dictionary at PotawatomiDictionary.com, as well as videos on YouTube. Just search CPN Hownikan. There are also Potawatomi courses on the language learning app, Memrise. After receiving the Artists in Business Leadership Fellowship Grant from the nonprofit First Peoples Fund, CPN folk and Americana musician Alexa Dawson took the time to travel and write her first solo album. The OG family descendant sought to create something that represented her as a solo act and Potawatomi citizen. Music is Medicine came out December 6, 2019. She spoke with Hownikan Podcast before performing at VZD's restaurant and bar in Oklahoma City.
Real happy people love love, but you can't stop the wind and the sound where it should blow.
I just say, Dolly Parton and Barbara Mandrell are my heroes, and I grew up on punk and rap, so this is what you get. Looking back on my life and the songs that I had written before this album, and hearing the feedback that I get from people about how it touched them on an emotional level, I understand that to be true. It was sort of an unnoticed truth that I lived by but didn't really put a name to. So saying music is medicine is something that I just kind of started doing, and I didn't realize that I was going to name the album that until somebody asked me, well, what's the title track to the album? Because there's not a song on the album called Music is Medicine, but that's been my year. It's been focusing on making music that comes from a place within me that everybody has, so I'm not unique in having that fire that we talk about, everyone's got their own fire to tend. And I really feel like that comes from my heart's hearth, that this music is coming from that place that where it just sort of flows out. And I think it touches people. I've seen it already with the single that's gone out. People are very moved by it, and I think that it is medicinal. I think that it is good medicine. So my first initial concept was that I wanted to make an album that focused on being a seventh generation Potawatomi, being a person who was surviving in this colonized world and trying to connect in whatever way that I could, trying to collect those things left along the path, as the prophecy says. And so that's what I set out to do. And then it did go that way, but not in the ways that I expected. So part of my travels were funded by First Peoples Fund, and I was able to go, for instance, to the Intertribal Food Summit that was held at Pokagon Band, and that was an incredible experience. And so one of the songs was written on the way home, and it's not necessarily about history. It's not necessarily about genealogy or ancestry. It's more about the present day of me trying to find my way into that community, because I wasn't raised in a Native community necessarily, and coming into a community that was mostly Native, that was all focused around food. I mean, what better group of people could you possibly, come into contact with? And when I left there, I really felt like I was beginning to build some relationships with people that I had sort of passed in the past or been following on social media or whatever, and it was a very good feeling.
The first single off Music is Medicine is I See Me. Dawson helped direct and starred in a music video for the song released in mid-November. Fans have enjoyed it and commented on the rawness of both it and the album.
Vulnerability, I think, is something that people keep saying back to me about this work, that they see vulnerability in me, they see vulnerability in the music, and that has been something that I'm just, I'm recognizing as people are mirroring that back to me as something that's valuable. And I think that's what it's all about. It's about being vulnerable. It's about seeing yourself and other people. It's about feeling empathy, feeling other people's pain.
I'm not afraid of her tears. I am embracing mine too. The waters that wash me.
After traveling the United States for 8 months writing the record, as well as learning and participating in Ojibwe and Potawatomi culture, Dawson approaches her career as a musician differently. More than anything, it showed her she has the ability to support herself and her family with music. When asked for one word that describes the experience, she chose transformative.
That kind of sounds cliche, but this year has been the most productive and the most revealing and the most growth-oriented year of my life, I think. I'm sort of one of those frazzled personalities that I don't typically make a plan and stick to it as far as, creative ventures go, but as I have begun to look at this as a career, a profession, as something that I feel like is worth value, is worth my time, I have had to, make those plans.
Ask me what's my
Music is Medicine is available for purchase on lostcowgirl.com and alexadawson.com. That's ELEXADAWSON. Stream her music on Spotify, Google Play, YouTube, and Apple Music. Hownikan podcast is produced and brought to you by Citizen Potawatomi Nation's Public Information Department. Our director is Jennifer Bell. Don't forget to subscribe to us on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you find what you listen to. We're also on Facebook at Citizen Potawatomi Nation and on Twitter at C_P_N. Visit us on the web and find digital editions of the tribal newspaper at potawatomi.org. That's POTAWATOMI.org. Until next time, I'm Paige Willett. Miigwech Nikanek, Bamamina. Thank you, friends. See you later.